A good evening, this is Nerdistic Human and welcome to this short games guide for Rome Total War's Barbarian Invasion. Today I will show you how to make all the factions playable. Unlike the base game, there are no unlockable factions. You start with 10 available campaigns and without modding that is all you can get. However, there are another 11 factions in total, and whilst they're labelled as unplayable, we can make them all playable by editing the game files. To find the file, we need to head inside the Rome Total War folder, which should be in your Steam library somewhere. You can see my folder chain here at the top. So we need to head into BI first for Barbarian Invasion, down to Data, into World, Maps, Campaign, Barbarian Invasion, and then this here is the file we need, Deska_strat. Once inside the file, you'll see the playable factions listed at the top here. As for the unplayable factions, well, they can really be sorted into two groups, those which need extra modding and those which can be simply moved to the playable factions section. So the Celts, Burgundii, Lombardi, Roxolani, Berbers and the rebels or slaves can simply be cut and pasted. So realistically it is as simple as exactly that. Cut them, paste them up here. Same goes for the Berbers and the rebels. So we'll just tidy up the file as we go and tab those into the right place. And that's all we need to do for those factions. Quick caveat for the rebels, the title screen only fits 20 factions, so if you were to move all of them to the playable section here, there wouldn't be room for the rebels on the list at all. They'd be the ones to drop off. If you want to play as the rebels, then simply leave at least one faction down here in the non-playable section. The Romano-British, Ostrogoths and the Slavs cannot be played by simply cutting and pasting them into the playable section. Luckily, they are not too complicated to set up, and I do have a guide for each of them. A link will be appearing at the top of your screen, as well as in the description below. The most spicy factions are the Roman Empire rebels. Both the Empire East rebels and the Empire West rebels are also playable with some editing, but they do have their own set of unique problems when playing their campaigns. Chiefly that, for example, when the Eastern rebels kill the Eastern Empire, they become the Eastern Empire. This is a very cool event, but does mean that your faction, the Eastern rebels, are gone and thus you lose. This is something I aim to discuss in a later video, as there is a solution for this which you can see in action during my series, but seeing as that problem only affects the end of your campaign, I still implore you to use the guides I created for these factions, as these are particularly mad campaigns. Onto the campaign screen then, and you can see that we now have a flurry of extra factions to play as. The Celts, the Burgundii, the Lombardi, the Roxolani, the Berbers and the rebels. Now, they don't always have a map, but they do have win conditions, and some, like the Celts here, have a description as well. So with those factions set up, and the rest of their own guide, I think we can leave it here for today. Thank you for joining me on this short games guide to Rome Total War's Barbarian Invasion. Let me know what other guides you would be interested in seeing. This is of course a basic one, but I do make a log of suggestions, and I like to explore the ideas you throw at me. I'm Thomas, this is Nerdistic Human, and this has been a guide for unlocking factions in Rome Total War's Barbarian Invasion. Thank you, and bye bye. Send in the camels, those shiny, smelly camels. Oh, the anarchy loosed upon the world, apart from over here where we're kind of routed. Stupidity got us into this mess, stupidity will get us out of it, damn it. We will have a last stand at some point, but it's not today.